Hey everyone, I wanted to make a Star Wars video talking about some of my thoughts about the new Star Wars shows that are coming out and some Star Wars theories that I have. So first of all, I'm really excited about Star Wars Tales of the Jedi Season 2. I really hope that they show more of Dooku. I loved seeing Dooku in the first season because we really didn't know anything about him or what his motivation was. And those episodes made me cry. So I hope in the second season that they show Dooku as Yoda's apprentice, as his Padawan, because we didn't see that. We got a lot explained, but they didn't explain that. And I would like to see some things explaining more about Sifo Dyas. They explained a little bit in the Clone Wars about Sifo Dyas, but they left a lot ambiguous, so I would like to see that. We know from the prequels that Dooku leaves the Jedi Order, and Mace Windu talks about that. So I would like to see when he officially leaves. Obviously, he's fallen to the dark side. We saw how that happened in season 1 of Tales of the Jedi, but the Jedi didn't know. And I'm curious of like how he covered up Yaddle's death. Like what lie did he tell? Because obviously the Jedi would have noticed that Yaddle was missing. So I would love to see some more things about Dooku in the second season. I would like to see some more things of Dooku and the cloners with the Kaminoans and how he made the clone army, and more about Sifo Dyas, because what we know is that Sifo Dyas claimed that he had a Force vision that they needed to make a clone army and that there was a great threat was going to come. And so to me, it's never been clear whether Sifo Dyas was good, whether he went to the dark side. So I would really like to see that in season 2 of Tales of the Jedi. Obviously, there will be more things about Ahsoka and Tales of the Jedi season 2. And Tales of the Jedi really connects a lot of things from Clone Wars and little things that we missed that to give us like some answers about. I have a few theories about Mandalorian season 4, where I think that could go. So Mando is becoming a ranger for the New Republic, and there was going to be that ranger show that got scrapped. So I think what would be really cool is if they have Iden Verso and Mando team up, and they have other characters who are rangers team up and have them team up with Mando. One of the things I was surprised about with the season 3 finale of Mando was that the Mythosaur didn't make itself known. Like Baby Yoda and the Mythosaur connected, but the Mythosaur didn't come up. But it makes me wonder if the Mythosaur is going to show up in the movie, and that's going to be like the big thing, will be the Mythosaur in the movie. I was surprised that the dark saber got destroyed. That part did surprise me when I watched the season finale, but I loved it. I thought it was wonderful. I thought the parts with the Mandalorians flying in the air, the armor, her hammer, Bo-Katan with the dark saber, and all the Mandos together was really cool. I loved it. I did think that there was a little bit that felt flat, and I feel like that was because a character didn't show up at the end. Like there wasn't like an oomph. Like Boa didn't show up at the end, Sabine didn't show up at the end, and I think you were expecting somebody to show up at the end of the season 3 finale, but I loved everything else. I just felt like it needed a little bit of just more of a like wow fact. Like I loved it, but I just felt like it needed something. Like I loved that Bo-Katan and Mando fought together alongside Baby Yoda, and I loved watching the Mandalorians unite. It just felt like it needed a little bit something more. I was a little nervous watching it because the part with Mando that one part with Mando reminded me of Qui-Gon with the beams. And I was like, is this going to be like a Qui-Gon situation? Obviously, everything is leading up to Thrawn. That's been coming for a while now. Now, Ashley Eckstein, when she spoke at Star Wars Celebration, she talked about how she took a picture with Rosario Dawson, and Rosario Dawson was in a Ahsoka costume, and she said she couldn't post a picture because of what the actress was wearing. And so that has to be the white outfit. That's got to be the Ahsoka white outfit and the white hood and the staff that we saw in the end of Rebels. So that's really exciting. So my overall impression of the other shows that I saw at Star Wars Celebration that they announced, besides the Dave Filoni shows, I really wasn't feeling it. So for Acolyte, I know that they're going to get the time wrong. I know that it's not going to be within continuity, and that it's not going to fit the timeline. Like, I just know that it's not going to fit in with like the Star Wars Sith, Jedi myth and lore and all of that. And you know, Andor season 2, I'm not excited about that because in all these shows, you know, they have good actors. It's not the actors' fault whatsoever. Like Diego Luna, he's a really good actor and he's handsome. But the shows, like with Andor, it was like a major drudge fest. Like, I felt like it was a major drudge fest, and I thought it was really, really slow. Like, I used to think Attack of the Clones was kind of slow, but Andor was like really, really, really slow. So the actors, there's a lot of good actors on the show, but it's just really slow. With Visions, there's a couple that I think look like they could be good. One of them looked like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. And me and a lot of fans have been wanting for years for them to do something of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, which they should. But there's a couple that look good, look okay. The Wallace and Gromit one, I don't know what that's about. But there's a few that look okay. So, you know, with the other Star Wars shows, I'm just like, it doesn't sound like it's gonna be good. Like, it just doesn't sound like, ooh, yeah, I want to go see that. Like, they're making a Star Wars show about the first Jedi, and it's like, okay, that's kind of lame. Like, I remember Liam Neeson said in an interview that he felt like with a lot of the shows, and I don't think he was talking about the Obi-Wan show because he guest starred in that, and I don't think he was referring to the Mandalorian. He said that he felt like that making a bunch of Star Wars shows kind of took away from the mystery and the magic, and I do kind of agree with that. Like, I'm a super Star Wars fan, obviously, and of course, I always want Star Wars stuff, and when I was growing up, we had a ton of Star Wars video games that came out like all the time. Star Wars Battlefront 1, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Knights of the Old Republic 1, Knights of the Old Republic 2, the one where Luke is like a pilot. I can't even remember what it is, what it's called. But there was Jedi Knight Academy, where Luke had an academy. There was a million video games. There was the one Revenge of the Sith on Nintendo DS and Revenge on the Sith. I forget what console it was, but there was a million video games that came out. And they were really good and they were fun. And so I always want Star Wars things. And of course I want like Star Wars movies and shows. But I just want them to be good. Like, you just want it to be good as a super fan. And I talked about this before in my previous video about the Rey movie. If Kylo was going to be in it and he was going to return, then I would think, okay, this might be good. But if he's not in it and it's just her and Finn, then okay, it's not going to be good. Like the new movies, the best part about it was Kylo and Rey's romance. The movies didn't make sense. They didn't make sense within the whole Star Wars saga. They didn't even make sense within each other. But that was the best part, was their romance. And so if Kylo's not going to be in it and they were good together, then it's not going to be good. And the other thing is too, is with the original movies, with the Return of the Jedi, with the ending, everybody assumed that Luke was going to restart the Jedi Order. That was a given. You knew that was going to happen. You knew that was going to happen after the movie was over. You just didn't get to see it on screen. And that's what everybody wanted to see, was to see it on screen, was to see it happen. And so, you know, like, it doesn't make sense that it wasn't Luke who started the Jedi Order and that it's Rey doing it. I hope that Bo-Katan and Mando get together. I want them to be together. I love the part when he said to her, "Your song's not finished, it's not written. I will die in battle for you," basically. I was like, well, that's romantic. If that's not romantic, I don't know what is. Thank you guys for watching my video. I just wanted to talk about my hopes and my thoughts and impressions on all the Star Wars shows and what I want to see happen. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please like it and please subscribe. And let me know what you think about the new Star Wars shows in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. And if you are looking for an adventure, I have my new book, Kept by the Wind and Sky. It's a swashbuckling adventure story. It's steampunk. The main character is an aspiring inventor. It's about pirates. You can check this out on my company's website, micklonpublishing.com, or Amazon. I will put the information in the link below. Or if you have a kid, a little sister, little brother, nephew, niece, a little one in your life, this is a children's book, Winston Narwhal and the First Wish. It is a story about a narwhal, a magical talking narwhal that helps a little girl with a rare chronic illness, and he brings her to a magical land. So if you're looking for something for a little one to read, this is a children's book. Thank you guys again for watching my video. May the 4th be with you, and this is the way. Bye.